took place even in broad daylight. So in broad daylight, and sometimes some minor was killed. So we raised the question: how come a minor can pose a threat on lives of an armed BSF soldier, or in broad daylight, what kind of threat that individual can put onto the armed BSF soldier? So we challenged all those life saving and life saving, self defense and all. However, at the end, both sides agreed and to try the best from each other so that no crossings take place, whether deliberately or inadvertently, and we will try so that no loss of life takes place. Now we wait, and again we'll try to implement those in the ground, and we have requested the same to the BSF authorities as well. He feels that there bit of in last few days there was some bit of uh, downward trend among the bilateral relationship between two nations. So what BGP and BSF are doing to improve that? Candidly speaking, we were limited to the agenda points, mostly in the bordering areas, and the points received from different ministries, which were forwarded to BGP, and BSF also received the points from their different counterparts. However, whether agenda points are related to the border or not, or to the river sharing, water sharing, or no border killing, or whether the fencing should be there or not at the border, all these eventually, if resolved on the ground, they will immensely contribute in improving the relationship between two countries. So our focus is onto these elements, these agenda points, and we are trying to work things out, have a better and secure border for both the sides, so that eventually no tension at the border arises. And as you say, we expect if we can do that on the ground, that will contribute to the association of the future.
So, since last 15 years, BSF has adopted non-lethal strategy to minimize such unfortunate incidents on the border. However, in some instances, trans-border criminals attack the BSF personnel on duty. Whenever the criminal activities are thwarted by the BSF troops, the criminals respond with abuses, strong pelting, attacks on BSF personnel, using sharp-edged lethal weapons in complete disregard of warnings by the BSF troops. And this mostly happens in the dead of the night. It is a matter of fact that in such attacks, 35 BSF personnel were grievously injured in the first 6 months of this year alone. Repeated and blatant violation of the international boundary, coupled with attacks on the BSF troops on duty inside the Indian territory, is a matter of extreme concern for us and not at all acceptable. BSF personnel fires only and only as a last resort in the face of imminent threat to his life in self-defense, irrespective of the nationality. Such unfortunate occurrences can be avoided if proper fence is put up in place on the border from both the sides. This will stall transgressions in each other's areas and minimize the mishaps on the border. Border fencing does not have any defense potential and is a physical deterrent to curb trans-border crimes, which is beneficial to both the nations. The government of India, to stop such kind of mishaps happening on the border, has spent thousands of crores of rupees in erecting fences, floodlighting, deploying electronic surveillance systems to curb such kind of trans-border offenses which lead to unfortunate occurrences. Thank you.
We have raised it as one of the top priority issues of our this conference, and if any Bangladeshi people inadvertently not deliberately, inadvertently crosses the international boundary by mistake or without any deliberate criminal attempt, then we have stressed, emphasized to BSF that they can be dealt as per the law of the land, which is they can apprehend them, hand over to the Indian law enforcing agency, or as a goodwill, hand over to back to BGP. And in no situation, in no case, lethal weapon should be used, which would cause the death of that individual. That we have emphasized, and then the Excellency DGBSF, along with the delegation, assured us they would continue their highest effort so that loss of life doesn't take place. Thank you.